Where's the Balatro patch? It's sad. And I mean this sincerely. Balatro's a great game. Some of you have to realize you choose which year you're gonna live in for the rest of your life. You can't. You're always fighting last year's war, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. You know, it's 2024. I got people if I'm asking me if I'm gonna go back and play the patch that's coming out for Isaac. What are you talking about, man? Have you lost your mind? What more is there to do, man? Like, I'm the kind of guy, if you're eating, like, chicken wings, you eat all the meat off the wing, you clear it down to the bone, but you don't gnaw on the bones. That's... I mean, it's time to leave the restaurant and get ready to drive home, man. Get ready to brush your teeth and go to bed. I'm not breaking the bones open and trying to suck out the marrow. Like, that's for, like, vultures and... you know, animals that eat carrion and stuff like that. We're noble creatures. We're gonna move on, okay? Now, so when DLC for Balatro comes out, I'll play it for sure. Patches, though? No. Now, people are telling me there was no patch. They said plush. You might think that's an own. That's actually even more offensive to me. My fandom lives right here in my solar plexus. I don't need to display it with a poster or a plushie or a Twitter banner or something like that. It's not gatekeeping. I'm just like, at some point, I mean, I'm 35 years old. I've got enough stuffed animals, man. I hate to say it, but it's just like, if I bought a stuffed animal for like every game that I thought was great, I mean, it's just not my personality. Let's put it that way. What about a YouTooz'd? So there's a few things that I'll never say, or that I will say never to. You will not see me do a HelloFresh sponsorship. I'm not gonna say I would never do a YouTooz'd because I simply have not considered it. But there is a less than 5% chance that I think if YouTooz'd slid into the business inbox and said, can we make like a vinyl plush with you and we'll do like some profit sharing? There's a less than 5% chance, I think, that I would say yes to that. It would have to be a very compelling deal, let's put it that way. You might say, why? It's like, I don't want to be Funko Popped, man. I don't know what to... maybe I'm taking it too seriously, but it's my image, right? It's my likeness. I don't want to be commodified into like a little piece of plastic that you put on your shelf. I don't want you to feel compelled to be like, I gotta buy this figurine to signal that I am a good fan. You're a good fan just for being here. Even if you're trolling a little bit. I'd honestly rather you came in here and trolled for free than, you know, got excited about paying like 30 bucks for an NL Funko Pop or something. I'm being sincere when I say, honestly, buy yourself like a banh mi instead, man. It's a great sandwich, and it's one of the only sandwiches that, in my opinion, is still sandwich priced. I got a banh mi last night, $9.50 Canadian. Pretty, for 2024, pretty reasonable price for a sandwich, $9.50 Canadian. Footlong sandwich from Subway is like 17 bucks Canadian now, before you factor in the combo. I'm not trying to, listen, because we got Funko collectors in the chat. I'm not even, you have to remember that just when you think you got me pinned down, that's when I wriggle free, okay? If you are anti-Funko Pop, but you have a collection of, like, vinyl anime figurines, it's your right to do that, just for the record. But I do consider you part of the same cloth. The reason I wouldn't know if I'd say I have a problem with them, but the reason that I personally don't want to collect them is because I feel like it's like having your Christmas ornaments up like all year. I'm okay for like a couple months having a Christmas tree up and you got like a Willy Wonka ornament because the movie was like a big part of your childhood. That's for sure, but I don't really want to keep like a Augustus Gloop minifig on my shelf the whole time. Because I just don't want people coming into chat and then being like, whoa, Willy Wonka figurine. And I'm gonna have the same conversation about Willy Wonka like 100 times. We get it, it's a good movie. Which children dying in the movie was your favorite? Is that even a question? Veruca Salt, man. Possibly, in my opinion, the only justified death in the whole picture. Augustus Gloop literally did nothing wrong. He was just the Rizzler before his time. And then Mike TV, what did he do? He got enraptured by a piece of technology. Who among us has not had the same experience? Is it true that you weren't even meant to find Willy Wonka creepy at the time? The movie came out in like 1972 or something like that. I was born 16 years after it came out. I have no idea what the contemporary response was at the time of its release. How'd you feel about the Johnny Depp one? Not very good. I saw it in theaters when it came out with my mom and my dad. My mom read me tons of Roald Dahl books as a kid. Like when I was a kid, she was obviously an adult. Otherwise, that'd be like some Benjamin Button stuff. So we were very excited to go see the movie. And watching it, I mean, it was kind of like the first time I got disillusioned with Tim Burton. And that we literally did not learn our lesson, because like 6 years later, we went and said, this was more her impetus than mine. We went and saw Alice in Wonderland in theaters. And at that time, there's a difference between me being 16 and me being like 22. Instead of just being mildly disappointed, I was like, this is straight up ass. He's washed. But he's kind of like, isn't he back a little bit? Because people like the second Beetlejuice movie, which is a legacy sequel, but at least one that seems to have done right by the audience. Not really? Okay. It's fine. That's better than usual for Tim Burton. As of like the last 20 years, at least. I'm a big fish guy, but it did come out 100 years ago.